Rib pain isn't always deep or structural. Sometimes it's muscular. And if you've ever felt pulling, tightness, or a dull ache around your ribs or your chest wall, that might be the cause. Hi, I'm Alexis Weidland, osteopath and co-founder of BlossomingMe and Healthy Learning Lounge. And today we're breaking down muscle-based rib pain, which muscles are usually involved, how posture contributes, and how to release tension at home using a muscle mate. Let's start with the common causes. Intercostal muscles, the small muscles between each rib. These tighten with shallow breathing or after illness with lots of coughing. Latissimus dorsi is a big back and side muscle that connects your arms to your rib cage, and it often pulls on the rib cage when you lift and with shoulder tension. The serratus anterior connects into the front of your shoulder blades, and the abdominal oblique muscles sit like this, connecting your ribs and your torso and all the fascia. They're involved in twisting, and they can get sore with overuse or poor trunk control. Then you've got your pecs and your subclavius, especially with a forward slouched posture. These can shorten and compress and pull up the ribs. Muscle type rib pain is often dull or aching. It generally is worse with movement or with breathing, and it's easy to replicate when we push on the irritated tight muscle. It's often accompanied by shoulder or neck tension, and posture can play a massive role in this. Rounded shoulders, forward head positioning, collapsed chest posture all compress the rib cage. This causes us to have shallow breathing, and it locks our muscles into a shortened and possibly overstretched position. So here's what to look for. Ribs that don't move when you breathe. Shoulder blades that wing out, sitting upwards. Shoulders that head towards your ears. Tight upper shoulder muscles. Head poking forward. Collapsed lower ribs, especially when seated. To begin releasing these muscle tensions and improving your posture, here are some things that you can do. The first one is postural awareness. Focus on where your shoulders are sitting. Raise and relax them. Bring them to your ears and actually let them go. Make sure your ears are sitting directly above the middle of your shoulder. Make sure your shoulder is sitting right above the middle of your hip. Your elbows should be gently relaxed and slightly behind the midline so that your chest is gently open. You can pay attention to this whilst you're sitting and whilst you're standing. You can also set phone alarms to get you to remember to actually stop and reposition yourself. By doing this regularly throughout the day, you get a general reset switch for your muscles so that your muscles don't get quite so tight and stuck in those overused positions. By doing that, it allows your muscles to take a break, relax, get the circulation that they need again, and they're therefore more likely to not stay tight and strained and irritated. The next one is to use the muscle mate. This is great for getting at the rib joints at the back, coming right down here, and getting at those muscles, the intercostals and the muscles on top of that, like your rhomboids, and into the subscap, and even essentially into the serratus anterior, which is quite a deep muscle. You can get at your lats, which is essentially under the armpit in that spot too. So this is great because you can access an area by holding it and reaching and just gently pushing in or rubbing. Or you can place it on the ground or against the wall and use the elbow style bump to be able to access a relatively small area and quite effectively to get at the joints or to get at the muscle. And you gently, using as much pressure as you're comfortable with, but you don't want to be causing real pain. So it can hurt, but you don't want it to be irritated hurt. You don't want to have a sharp pain response. You want your body to relax into that tension and then begin to let it go. And you also don't want to stay in any one position for more than 10 seconds. And keep moving further down or further up or around into different areas. This reduces the likelihood of irritating any one area, but by working areas around where it hurts, you're also getting a more generalized release, which will improve the release of the pain in the area that you feel it way more than just by focusing on that one spot where you feel the pain. So using the muscle mate up against the wall or against the floor. Against the wall, you're not using as much tension, so it can hurt less. But by standing, you're also activating all of your postural muscles, so you actually have more tension to push through. So it doesn't matter which way you go, and I would recommend standing up against the wall. You're just positioning it and then positioning yourself and leaning into it. So I've got it just under my underarm, and I'm just leaning into that. It's also really useful to get at these pec minor and subclavius and pec major muscles under the collarbone and into the upper front of the rib cage. Again, you're only going to take one spot and hold it for up to 10 seconds, and then you're going to move to a different spot. This tool is great for increasing circulation into those tight, irritated muscles. It allows them to reset and relax so that your rib cage is able to move more freely because the muscles that are causing the rib cage to be tight have released and let go. If you've been living with muscular rib pain, these strategies can really make a big difference, and the Muscle Mate is one of the best tools that I've found to help people to support themselves at home. It's all part of what I teach inside the Ribcage Reset mini course, where we combine breathwork, mobility, fascia release, and posture awareness to relieve rib pain from the inside out. If you're interested in learning more, click the link below.
So that's it for today. Did it raise any questions or aha moments? If so, I'd love to hear them, so please put those in the comments section. I love answering questions. I hope you found today useful. And if you know someone who could use this information, please share it. Remember to comment, like, and subscribe. Until next time, and in health, bye for now.